welcome back to my channel. So in this channel we discuss about self-love, self-development and how you can change your mindset to change your life. And in this specific video I would like to discuss about letting go technique and how you can use that as your advantage. So let's start into it. So I didn't know how much you have heard of the book Letting Go by David Hawkins, but basically he also mentioned about the map of consciousness and how each of the people characteristic based on the map of consciousness. And also he also mentioned about letting go technique and like what is the misconception that people usually have when it comes to letting go as well. So I really recommend you read this book if you want to know more about letting go technique, or like if you want to go deep dive into each characteristic of the map of consciousness, right? Because sometimes the thing that you want or the thing that you desire is in the higher frequency of the vibration, and you need to let go of your old self in order to embrace the new thing into your life, or like you need to let go of your old identity to create your new reality where you have that desire already. So in the first section I would like to mention first about the map of consciousness, right? I'm gonna show it here. You can see that like at first they have like a shame and guilt and so on, right? And then in the middle they have like courage, and then so on the top they have an enlightenment, right? As you can see, courage is like indicator that differentiate between high frequency and low frequency, right? So for my story, I used to live in the fear before I always got like sometimes I get anxiety, or sometimes I feel regret about situation that I done in the past. Sometimes I feel like my life is either in a guilt or fear. That is like my past self. However, once I cover about like law of manifestation and law of attraction and some kind like something like this, you know, when I start learning about law of manifestation and law of attraction, you know, I feel like my vibration start to go up. So like before I used to be fear and guilt. However, right now I be in the courage already, because I doing the affirmation to myself, right? I affirm to myself that I'm confident, like that I'm smart and so on. I have like a set of affirmation for myself, and then I feel like this book helped me to move in another level, to have the touch in the universe within the higher version. And I think if you didn't know about like what is like frequency vibration that you are in right now, you can like go more depth into this book. They also mention about each characteristic, and I can tell you loudly about it, right? In the low frequency, right, it's more like people who like and get anxiety, or like have a fear, or like feel shame, or like feel regret about some certain thing, or like they have like really a high ego within them, you know. They're not open-minded that much. They're really like it's more like they are the center of everything. That is more like a low vibration. However, I feel like high vibration, as I read in this book, people are more openness. People are open to change. They have courage to do other things. They have the courage to follow their dream, you know. So if you really want to know about your vibration state, you can also learning more in this book, or you also like Google it out about like characteristic of the map of consciousness. They have a lot of like what is characteristic. So I mean, the reason that I ask you to like know about yourself, because so you know, like, so how to say, you aware of yourself already, so you have understand more in yourself in order to move up. In order to like develop yourself, you need to really understand yourself first, and this book really helped me to understand myself. And yeah, so next section we're gonna talk about letting go, right? So some people are caught up to think that if they let go of their desire, they're not gonna get it anymore. Like they have like the perception in their head that they need to want it so bad for that thing to come, right? However, I think they have a misconception in there as well. I mean, for some people, right, they like tend to like desperately want something so bad, tidy waiting for it to happen to them, like try to keep focusing on, like, how do I say, when you're focusing on wanting it, it means that you focus on the thing that you don't have in life. Instead, if you want to like focus on the thing that you do have in your life, you're gonna start to having more and more. And when you're letting go of it, when you're letting go of your desire, it doesn't mean that your desire not gonna be yours. It means that you're letting go of the wanting energy. Because for example, if you already have this book, do you have a wanting energy to have this book? Do you gonna waiting every day like when is this book gonna come? You're not gonna have that feeling, right? Because you already have it. And that's exactly what I want to discuss here is like when you have that thing already, you don't want it anymore. And this is like one of his technique, and he also explained like some certain situation in his life that when he start to let go of that resistance, when they start to letting go of that situation, some good things start to happen to them, or like something that they really want start to come back into their life. I mean, you can start observing for yourself, right? Like, do you have any situation or like anything that you want really bad, and then when you start to be like, whatever, if it's gonna come, it's come. If it's not, then I'm gonna just like be okay with it. And that is exactly when that thing is come to your life, right? For example, in my experience, right? I used to like register on one credit card that I really wanted, right? And during that time is my first credit card, so I'm super excited about it. I'm like, I keep waiting for it for every single day, right? The staff told me that you're gonna get in within 4 days, right? However, like during that time, I didn't discover about letting go before. I'm just like really desperate, want it so bad, right? So I'm like looking for it every day. I just go to mailbox, and I'm just like looking into it on the first day, second day, third day, fourth day, and then on the fifth day, I'm start to be like, oh my god, it's still not happening. If it's something happen or not. So like on the fifth day, I start to calling the call center, to ask about my credit card, and then they say, oh sorry, they have some delay. So I'm just keep waiting for it, like on the fifth, sixth day, seventh day, until I'm at my point to be like, you know what, if it's gonna just come, it's gonna just come. I'm not gonna just looking for it anymore, and I'm just gonna just let it go. And then during that time, on the next day that I think like that, it just literally come into my life. The card, it just deliver into my door, And during that time, I don't know what happened, but I just know that when I start to thinking like this, it start to like that thing start to come into my life. And then when I start to read this book, it all makes sense, So I mean, if you have experienced that before, I mean, this book will explain in more depth, or like why is that thing happen, or like why is that thing it will happen to you, And by letting go, you're letting go of your old story, and you're letting go of some situation in the past, Sometimes they have something in your life that keep occurring in the same way, in the same time, and it's like you react in the same thing, right? If you try to letting thing go, if you try to not carry that within your future, that when you start to change already, so that thing is no longer like in your life anymore. So I mean, the thing here is like you need to really let go of your desire, or like you need to start really let go of the thing that you don't want it in the future, if that makes sense. It's like if you think that letting go of your desire mean that you're not literally not gonna get it, it's not true. It's more like you're letting go of wanting energy. However, you need to in the knowing state that that thing is yours. However, you're gonna just let it go because you don't want to create any resistance between it anymore. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's it that I would like to discuss in this video. I hope this video will help you aware of the thing in your life, or like be aware of your like map of consciousness, or like the level of frequency that you are in. And I hope that this letting go technique gonna help you like to achieve the thing that you want. And if you like this video, please hit like down below, or if you have any suggestion or comment, please comment down below. I will reply to it. And thank you so much everyone for watching. I hope you have a great day, and see you in next video.